2021 Rostelecom Cup pairs prediction. I think just like in the ladies, the three Russian pairs will sweep the podium. This will be another easy win for Anastasia Mishina and Alexander Galiemov. I think they will win this event with a comfortable lead. This will solidify their placement as the leading pair in Russia. I still hope they change the ending position and the long because it looks painful and awkward. It's like the program stops and then he has to find her and heap her up into the air. And that is probably so much strain on his hand. So I really hope they change that. But otherwise, I feel like they will go into the Grand Prix tied with Sui and Han for 2 gold medals. I don't think they should have any problem winning this. I think the Russian Federation will take this opportunity to generously boost their PC score. Their presentation score will see a generous boost. And I have to say, even though I am a big fan of Anastasia and Alexander, they do not have the ice present, the programs, the connection, or even the experience of Sui and Han. But I feel like the judges will definitely take this opportunity to push their PCs up there to Sui and Han. Coming in second should be Daria Pavlichenko and Denis Kadukin. They have two of the most complex and difficult programs this season. However, if they cannot skate them clean, it does not really matter how difficult the programs are. Unfortunately, I don't think Daria and Denis are contenders for this Olympic cycle. However, with their difficult tech level as well as her strong will, she looked like she will make it happen. I do see them becoming great contenders in the next Olympic cycle. I think this is a team with a very bright future, and they should easily come in second here. And I think that might do it for them making the Grand Prix. We'll have to wait and see after all the scores are out, but I think that will clinch a spot for them in the Grand Prix. In third place, I have the young Russian team that's making their senior debut, Yasmina Kadyrov and Ivan Balachenko. I think this young team is another young team that is so incredibly well matched. They have solid elements. They have clean side by side. There is something very pleasant about this team. You don't feel any tenseness when you watch them. Everything is really just, it looks easy for this team. If they go clean and the other pairs do not show up, I feel like the judges will take this opportunity to start boosting up their tech and PC score to prepare them for the upcoming season. I see them easily making the podium in third place. Coming in fourth place, I'm going to surprise myself, and I'm gonna put Audrey Liu and Misha Mitrofanov in fourth place. I was really impressed by them at the NHK Trophy. This team is set to be one of the leading teams in the U.S. after this Olympic cycle, in my opinion. They are also a really well-matched pair. They do have some problems with their side-by-side, but if they can get that consistent, all of their other elements are smooth, clean. I feel like if they can go clean and the other teams open the door, this will be a great way for them to start building confidence with the judges, start building goodwills with the judges for the next Olympic cycle. I'm putting them fourth just because they impressed me so much at NHK. In fifth place, I am putting Kristen Mortauer and Michael Marinero. I'm putting this team in fifth because they have not impressed me so far this season. And I'm sorry, with Vanessa and Eric performing better than expected last week, I feel like they must be under so much pressure to deliver. I don't know how they're going to react under that additional pressure, adding on to all the pressure they probably were already dealing with. And honestly, I feel for this team. They have been fighting for so long to be on top of Canadian pair. They had to wait their turn for behind so many teams. You know, they had to wait for Megan and Eric to retire, only for Eric decides to come back. And now they are again in Eric's shadow. I do sympathize with this team. However, their elements are just not that great. That twist is just, their side by side are not always there. Their lifts not the same height and speed as some of the other teams. I feel like even if they go clean here, the most they could do is a bronze. And I feel like for them to do that, the third Russian team will have to make a lot of mistakes. I'm going to put them in fifth place. It hurts my heart to do it, but I'm going to put them in fifth place. And rounding out my top six is Nicole Dinamonica and Matteo Gorizzi. They did not look great at the Gran Premio d'Italia. And I hope they're okay because they were only doing side-by-side doubles, which is just not, it is not competitive when you are coming into this field at Russia, at Rostelecom Cup, where the Russian pairs field is so deep. Side-by-side doubles just will not cut it. They just didn't look like they were prepared last week. So hopefully at Premio d'Italia, I'm hoping like they took this 2 weeks, they got their act together, and they're able to really give us a performance. I'm putting them in six, but any of the other teams could knock them out. But I'm thinking that based on reputation, based on previous standing, the judges will probably help them out in terms of PC, even if they fall behind in the tech score. So that's why I'm putting them in sixth place. As always, the pairs should be the easiest discipline on my emotions. I feel like with pairs, I rarely, if ever, have to be in my feelings. So hopefully this will be another instant where it's pretty clear cut. But let me know if you agree with me that the Russian teams will sweep the podium. Leave me a comment below.